Good morning students. In the previous class we have found the resultant of two coplanar concurrent forces by parallelogram law of forces. So next is triangle law of forces. So triangle law of forces states that if two forces acting simultaneously on a body are represented in magnitude and direction by the two sides of a triangle taken in order, then the resultant of the two forces is represented by the third side of the triangle taken in opposite order. So let the two forces F1 and F2. So these are the two forces F1 and F2 acting on a rigid body. So the angle between the two forces is theta. So these two forces are represented as shown. So the vector OA represent the force F1. Actually the line OA is drawn as per the magnitude of the force F1, and direction of the line OA gives the direction of the force F1. So second force is F2. F2 it is given by the vector AB. Vector AB is represent the force F2. The length of the line AB represents the magnitude of the force F2, and the direction of the line AB gives the direction of the force F2. So the angle between the two forces, this is the force F1 and this is force F2. So angle between the two forces is theta. So this is the angle theta. Force F1, force F2, angle between the two forces theta. So according to the triangle law of forces, the third side of the triangle represent the resultant force. Then OB, the line OB represents the resultant force in magnitude and direction. So the length of the line OB gives the magnitude of the resultant force, and this gives the direction of the line OB gives the direction of the resultant force. So let the resultant force makes angle alpha with the force F1. Resultant force makes angle alpha with the force F1, and angle between the forces F1 and F2 is theta. Then angle BOA. Angle BOA is equal to angle alpha, and angle OAB. Angle OAB. This angle is 180 degree minus theta. 180 degree minus theta. Actually, these are the capital letters. This is OAB. Now in the triangle OAB, this is the triangle OAB. Angle BOA. Angle BOA is alpha, and angle OAB. Angle OAB. So angle OAB is 180 degree minus theta. Then angle OBA. Angle OBA, this is equal to 180 degree minus angle BOA. Angle BOA and minus angle OAB. Minus angle OAB. So this is equal to 180 degree minus angle BOA is alpha minus angle OAB is 180 degree minus theta. So this is equal to 180 degree minus alpha minus 180 degree plus theta. So this is equal to theta minus alpha. Now angle OBA. angle OBA, this angle is theta minus alpha. This angle is theta minus alpha. Now in the triangle OAB, in the triangle OAB, applying sine rule, applying sine rule, so it means f1 upon sine theta minus alpha, sine theta minus alpha is equal to f2 upon sine alpha and r upon sine 180 degree minus theta. So it means this is equal to f1 upon sine theta minus alpha, so f2 upon sine alpha and r upon sine theta, because sine 180 degree minus theta is equal to sine theta. So from this equation the resultant force R can be determined. So then second, graphically so draw the vector OA to some scale, draw the line OA to represent the force F1. So the length of the line gives the magnitude of the force F1 and direction of the line OA gives the direction of the force F1. So then second force is F2. So then vector AB represent the force F2. So length of the line AB gives the magnitude of the force F2 and the direction of the force AB gives the direction of the force F2. Then according to triangle law of forces, the resultant force R is represented by the third side of the triangle. So this is third side of the triangle, line OB. Line OB represents the resultant force in magnitude and direction to the same scale. To the same scale means this is the resultant force R. So the length of the line OB gives the magnitude of the resultant force and the direction of the direction of the line OB gives the direction of the resultant force. So this angle is alpha, which the resultant force R makes with the force F1. So next is Paulinger law of forces. Paulinger law of forces. So Paulinger law of forces states that if a number of forces acting simultaneously on a rigid body are represented in magnitude and direction by the sides of a polygon taken in order, then the resultant force is represented by the closing side of the polygon taken in opposite order. Actually, Paulinger law of forces is the extension of triangle law of forces. So forces F1, number of forces, this is the force F1, force F2, force F3, and this is force F4. So forces F4, F1, F2, F3 and F4, these forces are acting on a body and they are represented. So according to the Bose notation, this is space diagram. So force F1 is represented by OA and force F2 is represented by OB. Force F2 it is represented by AB and force F3 it is represented by BC. and force F4 it is represented by CD. Now draw the line OA. Line OA. Line OA represents the force F1. So draw the vector OA. The length of the line gives the magnitude of the force F1, and direction of the line OA gives the direction of the force F1. Then draw vector AB. Vector AB to represent the force F2. So for vector AB represents the vector OA represents the force F1, and vector AB represent the force F2 in magnitude and direction. That is, length of the line gives the magnitude of the force, and the direction of the line gives the direction of the force. Then third force F3, it is represented by BC. So draw line BC parallel to the direction of the force F3, and length of the line gives the magnitude of the force, and line BC is drawn parallel to force F3. Then force F4, draw line CD. Draw line CD to represent the force F4. So length of the line gives the magnitude of the force. This is force F3, and this is force F4. So forces F1, F2, F3 and F4, they are represented by the vector OA, AB, BC and CD respectively. Then the closing side OD. Line OD this is the closing side of the polygon. Line OD gives the resultant force. So this is vector diagram. So OD represents the resultant force in magnitude and direction. That is, length of the line gives the magnitude of the force, and the direction of the resultant force is from O to D. Thank you.